Ugh. Ugh being the most beautiful game, having all the most beautiful areas and the most beautiful sights. Be a beautiful game will be like ride Dino, then later kill Dino. Another thing UGG is also known for is all these maps and areas you could travel to, and each one are unique in their own way. We got the Volcano, the Cave, Pig Valley, and last of all, Boneyard. All these areas have unique enemies, just like chickens and pigs, which are passive, and then they got some unique variants, which makes them more attacking. A lot of these things also are dino enemies, like a lot of them. But with all these dino enemies, there's going to be some bosses in the way. So let me explain something. Today, we are going to be ranking all of the 7 bosses in the game. I counted there's 7. So, in each area, I'll be ranking all of them on a tier list based off how I feel about them, and that includes even the alpha bosses. So, now that I got the rules clear, let's get into the ranking, and let's enjoy. Pig Valley. Like, it's right there. Pig Valley technically only has one alpha boss, or one boss set in general. They don't even have a main boss. I'm sure this place is like the only place in the entire map that has no main boss, like literally. But technically, who is the alpha boss? It's a Chomposaurus. This dude. Okay. Yep. The thing about this boss is that it has a really cool like before area where you have to fight like multiple different dinos, like to a Nubisaurus, and then to like a Beastosaurus, and then to like another Chompus. But then later when you fight the final one, there's like a cool area. It's like a kind of bridge area, which is literally a bridge. The thing about this boss is that he has a stupid move I'd like to call side moving. Side moving is a thing where a dino, when you jump on it for too long, it would switch sides, and then would like catch you off guard so it could then hit you. Movement's probably the worst thing from a boss, like a movement from a boss, which I hate. But there's gonna be even worse movement I'm gonna show. But so far, this boss isn't really that good, but it's not really that bad either. Like, no one gets excited for fighting a Chomposaurus. I'm gonna rank it in a C tier for Chomp. Hello, Future Bleary here, and it turns out there's actually one more alpha boss, because I was recording this before the second Halloween update, but they replaced they replaced the Chomposaurus with a Rapto, but it plays basically the same. It does the stupid side movement thing and stuff, so I'm just gonna also rank it in like a C tier. The cool thing about this is that when I first played it, or beat the boss, I got the egg! I got it first try! This is the biggest flex ever, because I am just the most Sigma as Sigma. I got the Rapto egg first try! Next area is this bad boy, the cave. Let me explain what this is all about. So the cave is probably like the shortest area. No parkour section, nothing. But the cave is mostly made up of 3 total dinos. I'm not kidding, literally. Ironically, this cave is probably the map with like the most bosses actually. A total of 3. I'm not kidding. Well, 1 would not probably be considered a boss towards other people, and 2 of them are just duplicates bosses, so I don't know. Maybe it just has 1 boss in general. But let me just explain the first of 2 bosses, because they're basically the same. The Chad and the Razor. The Chad and the Beastosaurus. These 2 are the same fight, they're literally. The thing I don't like is the arena they're in. They're being at the end of the cave next to like the tooth monster, which I'll get to later. The thing is that the arena just sucks compared to the other alpha bosses. But it's also more annoying when they do the side movements, because like in the bad arena, it's just more annoying, I feel like. And also, the reason I'm like putting these together, because like, well, the Beastosaurus was technically a replacement for the Chad. So yeah, they're basically the same. That means I'm just gonna put it in D tier, because they're at. Now, next boss is probably going to be a huge step from C to D all the way to one of my favorites. Next one is going to be the Tooth Monster, or the Cave Monster. This dude does not have an official name. So far, all the bosses I talked about, well, probably every boss, will take a fighting arrangement of jump on their head with Dino, or just camp in a corner and shoot a crossbow. Like, I'm not kidding. This one is unique. I do like the thing about how you have to run away like in a what was it, Indiana Jones style or something, by like grabbing something cool. But I also do like it when like they actually get more unique with the bosses rather than just fighting a dino with more health. But so far this has gotta be my favorite boss, even though it barely even has a name. So far this one is the only S tier. But now let's get into the next area. I'm right now recording this in the Halloween update, so the volcano is just blocked off. So even though it's blocked off, the volcano technically had the first ever boss. Well, first thing considered the actual boss in the game. I'll go to him later, but first let's do the alpha boss. So if the alpha boss is technically probably the best alpha boss for two reasons. One, no stupid side movement thing. I don't want to see any of this. Okay, why is the snap turn here so awful? Two, has probably the best arena out of all the alpha bosses. So technically the Razor Claw is probably the best alpha boss out there. It has the coolest looking design, it has the coolest looking arena, it has the coolest looking fight because it doesn't do that stupid movement. That's why I'm gonna have to put this dude in the... Let's go on to the next boss, but this one's even better, and I'm pretty sure y'all know it. The Magmadon lava boss is technically probably the only one that's actually considered a boss until the Triceratops comes in. But so far for the boss fight, it has originality like the ground pounds and the fire breathing, and also it's just cool in general. I just gotta admit, it goes in A tier. I don't care what y'all say about it, it goes in A tier. Okay, you hear me? You hear me? This place kind of gets too overglazed. Boneyard is probably like a cool place for the parkour section. It's so cool, yeah. Thing about this place is that it only has one boss. I'm not kidding. It's a very short place. It only has one boss, which is the main boss, unlike Pig Valley, which having like one boss, which being the alpha. That means this place probably the only place with no alpha bosses, which is shocking actually. So far, what I gotta say, the boss here is quite good. It's basically the Magmadon. It's called the Triceratops. Like him, it drops the egg, so people obviously have to now grind for this boss now. So yeah. So far, what I gotta say, this boss is cool and all. Like it does have the ground pound attack and the swinging attack, but I just don't. The attack I don't like in general is just the freaking digging attack. So let me explain the digging attack. So I explained side movement, but the digging movement is just probably the worst one. Beats side movement every way. Digging movement is where the dino would dig in the ground, like probably what I'm going to be showing on screen, and it would get healing up until you're full health. Way to stop it is by just going on your dino and having to like ground pound or stomp, Mario stomp on. When doing so, it would like go back up and then do a horde of attacks you would not be able to dodge, and your dino would die and you'll die. That's pretty much the reason why I hate it. And sometimes like it just stays underground. I don't know why. It just like gets full health. That's probably the most stupidest thing ever. Like either it will be soft locked and then you like have to restart the entire fight. And like what happens when your dino dies from the horde of attacks that comes after the thing? What are you gonna do with the next digging attack? So the digging attack really pulls this dino like way down. But as a cool theme, it's like a cool setting, and also like has minions, which you barely see any dino bring minions. Or what I gotta say, this dino is getting a B tier just because of its stupid movement. This is probably the final list. I'm pretty sure you guys would probably disagree. If you do, I'm gonna make sure to punch you tonight. I hope you sleep well tonight, and make sure to subscribe to your boy, Willie Taylor. If you don't, I'm gonna do something illegal. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and peace. I just farted.